All right, good day, everybody. It is Thursday, May the 26th, 2022. Today's headline hits is brought to you by all of our sponsors for the week. So we've got MyPillow, mypillow.com. You can save up to 66% if you use promo code LWN. Help support Mike Lindell, and he helps support LWN. We've got Miles Franklin. So any of your gold or silver needs, silver is still down around $22 an ounce right now. Great time to buy. You can find that at info@milesfranklin.com. Promo code Liberty Warrior Nation. They also help keep us going here and support LWN. So thank you to Andy for that. And last but not least, but our Patriot company out there that we like to purchase household items from. You guys can check that out at lwnfliptheswitch.com. 97% of their products made right here in America. They are God first, family first, and America first. And we no longer support feeding our own demise, feeding the monster that turns around and supports the Democrat Party and their campaign. Quit buying from Walmart. Quit buying the mom and pop shelves that are bought by BlackRock and Vanguard, Crest, Tide. All of those are all tied together, folks, no matter where you go. So some things that you guys can check out over there at lwnfliptheswitch.com. All right, let's hit the headlines. I'm going to tell you right now, the last headline for today, I'm going to be pretty fired up when I talk about it. So just buckle up because here we go. All right. Joe Biden, his DHS removes Title 42. What am I talking about? Well, yes, the Florida judge, the federal Supreme Court judge, put a stay in for Title 42. We've been talking about it here for a couple weeks. But this administration and all of his agencies are figuring out ways to go around that and to attack it and chip away at it. So here we go. Joe Biden's DHS removes Title 42 barrier piece by piece. What am I talking about? Technically, the Title 42 legal barrier on the border is still up, but pro-migration judges and agency officials are quietly cutting numerous loopholes for an unlimited number of wage-cutting migrants to enter ordinary Americans' job markets. On Monday, for example, President Joe Biden, progressive deputies told border officers to welcome family groups as they cross the border, even though many are seeking to join their illegal migration husbands and fathers already working in the U.S. job force. There you have it, folks. They're now going around the federal judge's order, which was a stay on Title 42. So this current administration is encouraging people to continue to break the law. Again, remember, I'm going to keep saying this every day. This administration is America last. This administration is a group of people who break laws. They're lawbreakers. Let's go back to November of 2020. Point taken. All right. Next headline. Branton. During defunding insanity, remember, defunding, there was a push to take cops out of schools. Crime crisis created by politicians. Yes, nail on the head right there on Wednesday broadcast of Fox News Channel's Your World Homeland Security Advisor Council co-chair and former police commissioner of Boston, Los Angeles, and New York, Bill Braxton, said that the crime problem in the U.S., quote, has been created by the politicians in many of our cities and states. Absolutely. And the consequences of defunding police has been seen in serious crime rates in some cities. Yes, some cities, including New York, crime rate has gone up over 400%. That's a fact. Bratton also said that during the height of the defund insanity in this city, there was a push to take police out of schools. Mic drop. Nothing more needs to be said because there are lots of things out there starting to smell pretty fishy. I'm just saying, pay attention, folks. Here it comes. Fred Gutenberg. Trump policies led to recent surge in mass shootings. Listen to this nonsense. Gun control activist Fred Gutenberg, whose daughter was a victim of the Parkland shooting, said Wednesday on MSNBC's The Readout that former President Donald Trump's policies led to this recent surge in mass shootings. Anchor Joy Reid, one of my favorites, said, and that was sarcastic. She is not one of my favorite. All they have done in these states, including Florida, including Texas, is make it easier. This is her quoting, okay? I'm reading it verbatim. I mean, Donald Trump is going to go to that convention. He is going to brag about the fact that under his presidential administration, they made it easier for people with adjudicated mental health problems to buy a firearm. They made it easier. So they want to lie and say that this is about a mental health. Why did they make it easier for people with mental health issues to buy a gun? That's what they did. The person who killed and slaughtered these people in Texas happened to be a person who killed your daughter. Those beautiful kids in Florida, right? Anyway, it goes on. I'm not going to read any more of her quote because it just kind of goes way off in left field. My point is pay attention, because this is the narrative that they're now going to try to spin. This is the agenda. This is Project Mockingbird as its finest right here. Here's the beginning. They get their talking points at 4 a.m. every morning. Every news channel across the country is going to be telling this story. Every news channel is going to be pushing this narrative. It's Trump's fault. Everything is Trump's fault. He made it easier for people to purchase firearms. No, he did not make it easier. Trump protected our Second Amendment. That's what Trump did. There has always been background checks, and these background checks are very vigorous. This kid actually supposedly, allegedly bought these firearms legally. Legally. So pay attention to the narrative, folks. This is what they're going to start putting out there. Next headline. Check this out. Remember that outhouse that I talked about? Sitting out there at the county fair at 100-degree weather, starts stinking. Listen to some of these headlines. Texas border school district closes after AK-47 and kill list found in suspect's home. What is an AK-47? For those of you who may not know, it is somewhat similar to an AR-15. Not quite, but it is. It's a weapon of war, that's for sure. It's definitely something that you don't go deer hunting with. Pun intended, because I'm going to get to that here at the end of headline hits. A school district in South Texas shut down campus for the remainder of this week after police discovered an AK-47 and an apparent kill list in a suspect's home. The Don Independent School District shut down campus after receiving what they are calling a credible threat. The Monitor first reported the issue, which quoted an unnamed official, imagine that, always unnamed, stating that the authorities had found an AK-47 and a list of students at a home of a suspect. The local newspaper claimed that there were 2 or 3 suspects behind the plot to carry out a shooting at one of Donna ISD schools. It remains unclear if the suspects are students. Now, I'm bringing this to your attention because I think we're going to start seeing a heck of a lot more of this stuff. Reason being, in my opinion, is they're coming heavy after the Second Amendment. All right, next headline. Border Patrol agents ended mass shooting at Texas elementary school. Border Patrol agents placed themselves between Robb Elementary School shooter and children to save lives, says the chief of the Border Patrol. At least one sustained a gunshot wound during the exchange of gunfire. As the horrible scene unfolded at Robb Elementary School in Texas on Tuesday, Border Patrol agents moved in and came under immediate gunfire from the 18-year-old shooter, according to the tweet from the U.S. Border Chief Raul Ortiz. Um, this is what I want to say. I want to just drop something real quick before I get on to the next article. I got 3 left to go. I think the lot more is going to start coming out in this investigation. But I read this article. I'm going to read this next article where supposedly 2 police officers came under fire before he entered the school. So why did it take Border Patrol agents to take this guy down? That's what I don't understand. That's a question of mine. That's a serious question. Why did Border Patrol agents have to take this kid down? Second question is, it's only speculation at this point. I need to hear more of the investigation come out. I heard this kid didn't have a job. I heard this kid didn't have ID. And so my question is how did he purchase an AR-15 and this other rifle he supposedly had? The reason why I'm asking this question is because I can't even afford to buy an AR-15 right now. They're expensive. They're very expensive. And if he legally bought this, which they are claiming he legally bought these, man, an AR-15 can run you what, $1,000 all the way up to 2,500. That's a lot of money for a kid with no ID and no job, don't you think? All right, next, here we go. Texas shooter barricaded himself for 40 minutes as police waited. The shooter killed 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary School in Texas on Tuesday, reportedly barricaded himself inside as police waited outside for 40 minutes. According to the police who were present at the scene and people who were there, terrified parents were yelling at the police officers to charge the school for 40 minutes until Border Patrol team finally took him down. I'm not going to read some of the quotes that were said in this article. If you guys want to read more, it's in Breitbart. I'm not saying that this didn't happen. My heart goes out to the parents. I'm just saying a lot of this stuff has been throwing at us constantly, and a lot of people hear it and they believe it right away. My thought is let's see what the investigation comes to a conclusion on, because a lot of this stuff that we've heard over the years, eventually, after the truth comes out, the facts come out, it's really not what it seemed. So my heart goes out to the parents. What a horrible tragedy that's happened in this school, but I definitely want to see more information. And I think we all should ask for more information. All right, this is one of the little fighters, the little firecrackers. State Representative Lauren Boebert, 5'2", 5'3", and always packing a weapon. At minimum, schools need certified armed teachers. Now, I've heard other people talk across the internet. Everybody's got their own opinion. I don't think there's a perfect solution to anything. But let me say this. I think that certified teachers should carry firearms, period. That's my opinion. Nobody could ever change my mind on that. I think nowadays we should have that. On Wednesday, Representative Lauren Boebert, a Republican from Colorado, used a tweet to say that school security at a minimum should include certified and armed teachers. She also highlighted the hypocrisy of pro-gun control Speaker of the House, 2 drinks in, Nancy Pelosi, who regularly supports more restrictions on American Second Amendment rights, while she enjoys the benefits of 24-hour, taxpayer-funded armed security. Do I need to say more? All right, here's the last one of the day. Buckle up, folks, because you are a sick person. Every one of you, I'm talking to every one of you out there that has an AR-15 in your closet, behind the seat of your pickup truck, next to the door, in the gun safe. You're all a bunch of sick people. Joe Biden suggests Americans owning AR-15s are sick people who want to kill somebody. President Joe Biden suggested Thursday that Americans were purchasing guns like AR-15s for the sake of killing people. Now, I'm going to stop right there because this pisses me off. You're absolutely incorrect on that, Joe Biden. There is not one person out there purchasing an AR-15 that is a conservative that has that thought in mind. Purchasing an AR-15 is for hobbyists, people who love to shoot weapons, people who join clubs and go out there target practicing. That's something else that people purchase AR-15s for. And then there are some of us who purchase AR-15s for self-defense. Self-defense for if anybody breaks into our home, or more importantly, for a tyrannical government or a dictator who is going to control us or try to take our liberties or freedoms away. Joe Biden, you are the sick person. Your entire staff, your entire administration, the Democrat Party, the entire left, you are the sick people. What in God's name do you need an assault weapon for except to kill somebody? Question mark came from President Joe Biden's lips. I am tired of him using the God word. I'm tired of him calling it an assault weapon. I'm sick and tired of this guy saying that we don't need these weapons for deer hunting. During his speech reacting to the school shooting in Texas, the president repeated his talking points that owners of, quote, assault weapons like AR-15s do not need them for hunting unless deer are wearing Kevlar body armor. I said this just the other day. I'm repeating it again because, Joe, the Second Amendment was not drawn up for deer hunting. You probably forgot that by now. Your entire administration has forgot that. This amendment was designed to protect the ordinary citizen against the government. You. On Wednesday, the White House repeated Biden's talking point on social media, suggesting it was not an off-the-cuff mark. Let's read some numbers here. On November 17th of 2020, Breitbart News reported National Shooting Sports Foundation, the NSSF, numbers show that Americans own an estimated 434 million firearms. Nearly 20 million of those firearms are modern sporting rifles, firearms that the Democrats categorize as assault weapons. This is the first time that Biden has raged against owners of AR-15s for purchasing that kind of rifle. That is a lie. He's been raging against this for many years. When I tell you guys that I don't really stress out or worry too much about people being rounded up and put in concentration camps, or worrying about the WHO coming in and taking over America or China or anyone else, listen to that number. There are supposedly 330 million people here in America, and there are 434 million firearms. That's a firearm for every person here in America plus. What are we worried about? We're not the ones worried. This current administration is worried, and they should be. That's all for today, folks. Don't forget to check out Ladies of Liberty tonight. Tammy the Hammer Nation, Mary Kay, and Scad. You guys have a great Memorial Day weekend. We will not be on air the entire day of Monday. We're taking Monday off for Memorial Day, And Tuesday, we will not be on until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the big show. So God bless. Have a great day, America. We love you.